Hello healers and health seekers. It's me, Chota, healing with medical medium information for 32 months now. If you want to know more about what I'm healing from, links are in the description box below. Can take you to all sorts of information to tell you about my journey and all that good stuff. So today I'm going to make a video that I have been resisting making and avoiding making for this whole time. But I've known that I want to do it and I'm going to do it, and I just sort of haven't known how I want to approach it. I don't have a script, so let's see what happens. So today I'm going to talk about weight. I get a lot of questions about it. I get questions about my weight. I get questions about people wanting to know, are they going to gain weight? Are they going to lose weight? They don't know my story about my weight and stuff like that. And honestly, I haven't seen any reason. I know it's a topic of much curiosity because I am a heavier person, and so people are like, oh my god, did you get that fat eating medical medium? No, I did not. I did not. And they want to know, have I lost weight since I started? Absolutely. Absolutely I have. Those are the two big burning questions I know people have about me. The reason I haven't talked about weight up to this point is because it's not... Okay, excess weight or not having enough weight is a symptom of a greater issue, and that greater issue is the liver being sluggish. Excuse me, my pug is snoring in the background, my pug Muffins, and that is what you hear if you hear her little snores. She's kind of close to the camera, so I'm imagining it's pretty loud. Okay, so weight gain or weight loss are symptoms. They are not the main problem. And they are symptoms of a bigger issue, which is sluggish liver, a body full of toxins, a liver full of toxins that it's hanging on to, or that it hasn't been able to hold itself, like inside of itself. So what it does is it bubbles the toxins up in fat, so that to protect the body from being inundated by those toxins. Now, my healing journey, I mean, if you know my story at all, and I will only very briefly go into it here, if you know my story at all, I couldn't walk. I was not because of my weight, but because of all of the chronic illnesses that I had. Like, I was homebound, basically sofa bound. Like, I could get up out of bed, but then I would just go sit on the sofa all day. I couldn't make food. I couldn't do laundry. I couldn't do basic tasks. I couldn't take a shower. I would shower once a week, and it took so much out of me that I had nothing left, and it would take me out for like 3 days. It was such a ridiculous ordeal just to even be able to do the most basic things. I had no energy to do anything. I thought I was dying. I actually think I was dying. If I had continued on the path that I was on, I would have eventually ended up dead, and it would have been sooner rather than later. And I had heart palpitations. I had deep fatigue beyond what any functional person has ever experienced. I couldn't do any, I had nothing in me. And I had so many symptoms, I cannot even think of them all. I don't even know what they all were, but chronic pain was definitely one of them. Chronic fatigue was definitely one of them. Migraines, I had a hypothyroid, I had so many different diagnoses. And I did, when I got really sick, I did gain a lot of weight. But honestly, when your concern is like, I can't even freaking move and I need a wheelchair to leave the house. And also, by the way, I'm allergic to the world. And so if I leave my house, I have to wear a mask, and I can't breathe and I can't function because I have so much brain fog. Like, when those are like all of that, like, I don't give a rat's butt about how much I weigh, because I can't even... I could weigh 125 pounds. There are people who are in my situation who weigh nothing. They're waifs and they don't have excess weight, but they still have all of the chemical sensitivity. They still have the mast cell activation disorder, dysautonomia, POTS. They have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. They have hypothyroid, migraines. They have Lyme disease. They have MS. They have all these things. And when you look at them on the outside, all that they ever hear from people is, you don't look sick. You look perfectly fine to me. I don't know why you're complaining. And it's like, I'm complaining because I can't get up off the sofa and take a shower. I can't take care of my kid. I can't do basic functions. I can't even make my own food. It was a horrible life to live. So you know what? Weight was like my last, like, whatever. It's not like I had any way to lose any weight because I couldn't even move. So it did not matter. Like, that was not my top priority. And in my healing journey, it has also not been my top priority. My top priority has just been healing in general. And as symptoms have left, not getting migraines anymore, not having POTS symptoms anymore, not having Ehlers-Danlos symptoms anymore, not having mast cell activation disorder symptoms anymore, not having chronic pain anymore, not having any of that stuff anymore, as those symptoms have left my body and the brain fog and all that stuff, and then I have gotten more clear and I have gone further along on my healing journey, it's like, oh, now I'm at a place in my healing where I've healed so many of my symptoms, and now I can give a rat's butt about what the number on the scale says. I can actually pay attention to it and like have it matter. I have been having, since I started this medical medium healing journey and I started following medical medium information and using it, I definitely have experienced weight loss. I have. I don't talk about it very much. Up to this point, it's been kind of a sensitive subject because I'll tell you what, here's what happens. People who are functional and who aren't healing from chronic illness and who just think this is some kind of a fad and they just want to come in and attack it or whatever, like they'll come in and they'll watch my video and they'll buy videos and they'll be like, oh, but you're still fat or whatever. Yep, I am. That's true. And you know what? I don't apologize for that. This isn't a weight loss channel. Weight loss is definitely happening, but this is a journey. It's a part of the process. Weight loss, it's one of the symptoms that's lessening and going away. And as my liver heals, which is the important thing, as the viral and pathogen load goes down in my body because I'm eating the healing foods and I'm keeping out the foods that feed pathogens and viruses, and my viral load's going so far down, and then my other pathogen load is going down slowly over time as well. As that's happening, it frees up my liver to be able to actually do its job, which is to start really cleaning house. And it's been doing that this whole entire time. It's been slow, so you don't see like a big, it's not this dramatic something happening, but you know what? My weight loss is happening, and it happens in a safe way and a permanent way. And it's permanent because I'm not going to change my lifestyle away from medical medium information. I'm not going to stop eating fruits and vegetables and plants. I feel so crazy good eating this way, and I just keep feeling better and better. And each stage of my healing, my liver gets a little cleaner, and then it can do a little more, and then it can take out a little more. And it's doing it at a very safe pace that's safe for me, so it's not re-dumping the toxins all into my body, and then it's going to have to sop them up again. And so if that means that it goes slow, great. I'm totally fine with that. And again, this isn't a weight loss channel. I didn't start out functional and my only issue is this weight that I need to get off, which that's really not true of anybody, but I wasn't functional in the first place. I'm healing from multiple chronic illnesses. I couldn't walk. I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything. And I'm just now, over time, I've been able to do a little bit more and a little bit more. And I really am just now kind of in a place where I think I can start to do this stuff more regularly as far as movement and exercise, because that's been very sporadic as I heal, but it happens. I mean, I haven't needed my wheelchair in over a year. I don't even know when was the last time I needed my wheelchair. It's been so long. And I mean, I can do more and more each day, and sometimes it depends on certain situations, I have a sensitive nervous system, stuff like that. So as I get more energy and then I can do more regular exercise, I think that will also help my liver, because it'll help my lymph system be able to clear things out. So that's definitely going to help. But that's why I haven't talked about it up to this point, because I don't really want that to be the focus. And I know that so many people are curious and they really want to know, because I get it. They see me and they're like, I don't know. But yeah, you got to know where I'm coming from. First of all, I'm not here to represent medical medium, and I'm not here to speak for anybody else's healing process. This is my healing process only. Yours is going to be totally different to mine. I will say that the one thing that is consistent is you got to be patient, and you have to be, perseverance plus consistency is the key. And you can't think that overnight it's just going to like solve all your problems. It's not going to happen. It's not going to be a month or even 3 months or 5 months. It's like you got to be in this for the long haul. But the rewards are so incredibly great. I cannot even tell you how incredibly great the rewards are, because I have healed from so many things that I never ever expected to heal from, and I've made videos about those things. So if you want to know more, like, go look in the comments, the description box below, and follow the rabbit hole and of my videos, and you can find out more. But I cannot, like, the amount of symptoms I've healed, I just never expected to heal. So, and I'll be honest, I'd been dealing with the weight for so long at that point in my life, and because I had gotten to the point of chronic illness, like really deep chronic illness, autoimmune diagnosis and all that stuff, I had honestly just given up on any thought that I would ever lose the weight. I just thought, well, this is just how my body is now, and I just have to live with it. And so I just learned to accept it. Like, it's like, well, I couldn't move, I couldn't do anything, and I thought I was eating as healthy as possible. I was not. I was eating a really high fat paleo diet, and I had been for like 12 years, and I kept getting sicker and sicker, and honestly, that's really what got my liver so horribly off track, that I got as sick as I did, because my liver couldn't do its job, and it was starting to really not be able to do its job and take out the trash and get the toxins out of my body, and it was just piling up more and more. And when I got the concussion in 2012, that's when I gained like 100 pounds after that. I had had this mold exposure a couple months before that, and then I got the concussion, and because I did start to gain weight with the mold exposure, but then after the concussion, it just went like 100 pounds total. From mold exposure to, like, I don't know, it was like a few months after the concussion. It was crazy how fast that weight came onto my body. And I wasn't small to begin with. I already was in a place where I was like, this is the biggest I've ever been. And and then I gained 100 pounds on top of that. And I was like, oh my gosh, and it was so hot. And I developed sleep apnea and all this stuff. And it was so hard. It's hard to move, like, fitting in seats and stuff like that. Like, all of that was just, but it's like at that point, once I got the concussion, I already couldn't move. Like, the room was spinning all the time. I was so dizzy. And I had to hold onto the walls to walk to the bathroom, and I couldn't function, and then from there is like, that's when my symptoms all started getting worse. And that's in the video of like the history of my health and stuff like that, and what happened to me and how I became chronically ill. But yeah, so I just figured once I was given enough diagnoses that my doctor wrote me a note that's like a letter, because you need this for like handicap plates and stuff like that, like wrote me a letter that said, yeah, this person is permanently handicapped, and we need to get her like a better wheelchair, because this one is, it's manual, and I couldn't use it, like move it myself, because I had Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, so my joints would always pull out, and so I couldn't do the motion of like pushing the wheels, and B, I was too heavy to even push myself in the chair. I'm serious, like, it's too much. Like, I needed an electric wheelchair, and so they were in the process of writing me for an electric wheelchair, and I had handicap tags on my car because I was permanently disabled, and this was my life. And I was trying to find peace with, like, this is my life now. Like, because I can't even move, and I'm not gonna be able to exercise, I can't do anything, and I have no energy. Like, I couldn't even do this, like like nothing. I couldn't, and I was just like a lump on this. It was horrible, and I thought, this is just my life. So I never thought that there would be some way that I was going to be able to lose weight and then be able to exercise again and walk again and all this stuff. I thought that here's the trajectory of my life. It just was not a focus for me. At that point, it was just like, I'm dying. This is how I die. and weight really was the last thing on my mind. So now I've healed so much and I've healed so many symptoms that I am like, oh, I'm starting to get a little curious about my weight. And then I realized, like, oh gosh, I stepped on a scale a couple days ago and realized I think I've lost like 50 pounds. Maybe more, because here's the truth. Once my weight got up beyond a certain number, like even if I would go to the doctor's office and they would weigh me, I would say, please don't tell me the number. It's not going to help anything. Because I knew I couldn't do anything about it. And so I would turn around on the scale and I would face away and I would say, please don't tell me the number. And the nurses were so compassionate and they were like, okay, and they didn't tell me and they didn't show me, and I don't know what my highest weight was. I really don't. So I've either lost 50 or 70 pounds at this point, and I'm not sure which it is, because I don't have a record. Well, you know what, if I went back through my medical records, it's in there and I could look. So maybe I will at some point, but it doesn't matter. I have lost weight, and now that when I did the 369 cleanse the first time, I think I lost like 9 pounds, and I was like, oh my gosh, that was like a lot. And then all at once, but I think it was water, which I don't care. It's still awesome. And now I just weighed myself again, and it's down even more, and so I'm like, oh my gosh, I think it's been at least 50 pounds. So I'll just call it 50 because I don't remember the highest number. I will have to look back through my medical records to know, which I'm not sure I wanted. Well, no, I guess it's fine now. It's not going to be triggering for me now. I guess another reason I didn't make this video before now is because the subject has been very sort of a trigger for me. Look, I honestly, genuinely believe that bodies are beautiful at every size, and the stigma against people being overweight is ridiculous, and people are cruel and horrible, and they will treat, like, it's the one allowable, you can make fun of a fat person. Like, you shouldn't be able to. That's not okay. It's body shaming and it's horrible, and only now are we sort of starting to wake up about that and realize that fat people also have feelings, and it's not okay to comment on somebody's body size. And you know what? This also happens for really thin people. I have many friends who I've spoken to over the years, and we've talked about this, the whole body shaming issue, because people do it for thin people too. If they perceive somebody as being too thin, they also feel like they just have the right to comment on somebody's body size. And guess what? You don't. Nobody has the right to comment on your body size or your appearance or anything like that. And it's not okay, and it's hurtful, and it's horrific. And you don't know somebody's life and how they got to the place they got. And especially the fact that people don't know that it's a sluggish liver that creates that situation, and it's not like the person's fault. This is a toxic world we live in, and you could come into this. I mean, I was born with baby liver. I had jaundice when I was a baby. That means I had baby liver. That means I came into this world loaded up with toxin already. And that's not my mom's fault. She had them too. They probably didn't even come from her. They probably came from, her parents who were in the war and had all kinds of toxins loaded up on them, or their parents. Or it's not anyone's fault that we live on a toxic planet. Here's the interesting thing is, this is the size I am, and I was 50 pounds heavier, and all I ate were fruits and vegetables. Okay? You would not look at me. And then for, the years before that, like eating like super healthy, or I thought a super healthy paleo diet, but also high fat, so not super healthy. It's just eating like vegetables and meat. And you would never look at me and think, oh, that's somebody who eats really healthy. Like, that's someone who really cares about herself and is trying really hard to take care of herself. But guess what? I ate healthier than like 99.9% of people out there, and right now I still do, and you still wouldn't look at me, and you'd still look at me and think, fast food. I haven't eaten fast food in like decades. I don't eat fast food. That's not, nope. But you don't know. That's the thing, is like, you don't know somebody's lives. You can't just look at somebody and make a judgment about them and then decide what kind of person they are and what they do with their life. And that's the kind of thing that people get based on their appearance all the time. So yeah, it was really a triggering subject for me. But as I go through this healing journey, I am healing a lot of that PTSD as well, a lot of that pain and a lot of that trauma. And I finally feel strong enough. Like, I feel like I can do this now and I can talk about this and I can be okay. I only cried one time, just a little, so far. And the other thing is I do want to answer people's questions. I mean, I would answer them like in a comment, and I would say like, yeah, I've lost weight and stuff like that if they ask, but I just want to answer that for people on a deeper level, because I know that it is something that people wonder about. Because of course, I'm like so not the YouTube demographic. I'm not in my teens or 20s, and my videos are too long, and I'm heavy, and I've had people ask me like, why should we listen to you? And I'm like, you shouldn't. Like, nobody has said that you should listen to me. I don't know where you got that from, but you shouldn't listen to me. You should listen to medical media. If you're gonna listen to somebody talk about how to heal chronic illness, if that's really what you're here for, then medical medium is who to listen to, not me. I'm just sharing my own healing journey and my own experience, and if people benefit from that and it gives them comfort and it makes them know that they can heal, then that is exactly what I'm hoping to do. But I never said you should listen to me or you should follow what I say. You shouldn't, actually. You should go, don't trust me. Like, go to the Medical Medium blog, go to his books, read his books and listen to his radio shows and read his blogs and learn the information for yourself, because it's not about what I say. I'm really just sharing my healing journey. And yeah, I've been healing on this journey long enough that I can totally help people when they're getting started, and I can answer questions. I've distilled a lot of this information, but when I answer questions, I'm like, okay, well, he did a show about that, and then I send people the links and I say, it's here, or I say, it's in this book, if I remember what book something's in, and I'll say, this is it, but go read it there, because you want to know this information for yourself. This isn't about follow each other and do everything she's doing. For heaven's sakes, you're not me, I'm not you. We have different healing journeys. We have different things that our bodies have been exposed to. Do we have diagnoses in common? Heck yeah, we probably do. I'm sure we do. Do we have experiences in common? Heck yeah, we do. If we both have chronic illness, that is an experience that in and of itself has many other like sub experiences that we will share together for sure. You know, there's so much happens with chronic illness that people go through, and only other people with chronic illness get it. But like I said, my path is my path. Your path is your path. It's awesome that we can walk these paths together and share this journey. And ultimately, the best person to listen to is Medical Medium, because he's the one who's got spirit whispering in his ear. And he's the one who is the reason I'm healing, and the reason that millions of other people are healing as well. Anyway, okay. I really just wanted to address the issue once and for all. Yeah, I am aware that I still have fat on my body. I am, and thank you. I don't need anyone to tell me, because I do already know. I have a mirror and a scale, and I know what size my body is better than anyone else does. And yeah, this Medical Medium path is absolute. Of course I'm losing weight. I how could you not? I'm eating just fruits and vegetables. And as I'm raw, it is coming off a little bit faster than it was before. And also, I think not just because I'm raw, but because I've been cleaning up my liver for 32 months now, and that gives my liver a chance to really go to town and start getting these toxins out that it's been holding on to for decades, my whole life. And that is such good news, because oh my gosh, when I think about that, because I'm aware of several times that I have been exposed to high levels of toxins throughout my life. And I know that I came into this world with jaundice, which means I already had a full up liver. I know some of the toxins that my ancestors have been exposed to. So I'm aware of part of the load, you know, and what my liver has had to contend with and deal with. And holy heck, when you start to think about that and you start to be aware of all that your liver's had to deal with and what it's working with, you're just like, what a superhero our livers are. Oh my gosh. It's just like Anthony William talks about it in Liver Rescue, and it's just so true. Like, you really start to grasp how incredibly hard our livers work all this time. All the stuff I ate, all the stuff that I breathed in, all the stuff that I put my hands in, or, you know, anything, so many exposures in my lifetime. How does the liver keep working? You just think, oh my gosh, how it goes through all of that and it just still keeps going and going and going and doing its best. Wow. Wow. Thank you to my liver. Thank you so much for all you do for me. So now my liver has a total fighting chance because I'm doing the right things for it now too. And so going raw was like next level, because my liver's been, please go raw, for the longest time. Like, my body's been asking me to do this, and I've been like, but I like to cook foods and stuff like that. But then I just realized, like, you know, I don't feel great when I eat all that stuff. I feel so much better when I just feed my body raw food, and I can do this now, so I'm going to do it. And that doesn't mean that if you're in the beginning of your journey that you're like, you better hurry up and do raw, because sometimes the body is not ready for it. I don't think I was ready for it before this, and now I am. And if that's something you're considering, really make sure you're ready for it, because you might not be. It might not be time yet. You might need to do some healing before you're ready to really go on that deep cleanse of all raw, because it can be intense. It can be intense if you do it too soon before you're ready. And if you do it when you're ready, it can be amazing. So just listen to your body. Don't do anything just because I did it. Do it when you're ready, and it'll be the right time for you. You'll know. You'll know. Your body will tell you. Thank you so much for watching, my healers and health seekers. Thank you for coming along with me on my healing journey. I appreciate it so, so, so much. Thank you for all of your amazing, supportive, incredible comments. I moderate my comments so that if I do get, like, if clones do comment on my videos, you guys won't ever see those comments. But I will tell you this, they are so few and far between, and mostly you guys are incredibly supportive, and I just so appreciate that. I appreciate that you are genuinely here and watching my videos because you are on your own healing journey and you resonate for whatever reason, and I just love you all so much and appreciate it, and just I am in awe of all of you because you're all doing such amazing things for yourselves, and just thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up below. If you have any other questions about weight or about the topic of this video, please be kind, but go ahead and ask in the comments, and I will be happy to answer if I did not speak to anything here, or if I might have forgotten some part of what I intended to say. But yeah, if you have any questions or comments, or if you want to share your own experiences of with your own weight in regards to healing, and what priority it took or didn't take or is taking now, or anything, just anything about this topic, please do so in the comments below. You know I look forward to hearing from you. If you're a clone, just move along. This is not the channel for you, I promise. It'll only be a disappointment. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up below. You can subscribe to my channel by hitting that subscribe button over there. You can ding the bell next to it if you want to be notified when I post a new video. Again, stay curious, my healers and health seekers. Remember that you can heal. I love you. Blessings on your continued healing journey. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.